what's the current state of the workforce in the state attorney's office, and what would be your goals?
Well, most of the, in terms of the racial makeup, most of the office is Caucasian. There is a sizable number of women lawyers, and that number, I don't know off the top of my head, I believe it's one third, but it's a sizable number. But the issue with that office is that they will hire a lot of people of color, but they don't stay. So it's not just hiring, but inclusion, making sure they stay in the office. And one thing I would do was one, work with the HBCUs as well as specialty bar associations to create a better pipeline. I know currently we have a scholars pipeline among the bar associations in Montgomery County, but that is mostly utilized for the private sector. And I want to make sure we're doing a better job utilizing that program for the public sector, being the state's attorney's office, making sure we're being very, having concerted effort in targeting not just specialty bars professionally in the region, but going into the law schools, finding out who the leaders are of these law school bar associations, meeting them, doing presentations, building that relationship so they can in turn look to the state's attorney's office as a potential job placement for them. I think those relationships are so critical, relationships that I cherished when I was at Howard University School of Law, and that I want to implement when elected state's attorney. And those are some of the things I would do in terms of trying to bring more diversity to the office.
So why do you think that minority lawyers don't stay?
Well, it's a state's attorney's. It's a good question. State's attorney's office, I would say, it's a very tight-knit community, and sometimes because it's so tight-knit, there's only, depending on who's in the office, it creates a particular culture that if you don't have a leader that's inviting and welcoming all the different cultures, it makes it hard for people to stay. It can be an environment where you just focus on what are the facts, what are the laws, what kind of plea offer can you get? And sometimes that can be a little bit mechanical. I've always been the person where I look at the whole person and what's their background, how they get to this point. And that's the kind of mindset, maybe because I am the child immigrant, I think about not just cases as laws and facts, but what's going on in our community. And that kind of mentality needs to be encouraged. And I'm sure there's a lot of people, a lot of communities of color that have a similar background just based upon their own upbringing that needs to be recognized and cherished as well. Now, how to get people to stay? I know for me, when I was prosecutor at the State's Attorney's Office in Arundel County, relationships really mattered, and positive relationships mattered. Making sure that people felt recognized and acknowledged despite their differences mattered. And that's what got people to stay. And that's always been the case. And there's a lot of diversity and inclusion initiatives across business sectors right now that are looking to see how do we get more diverse people on our team. And those resources are definitely going to be ones I utilize as well, in addition to my own lived experiences on how to keep people in the office that reflect the diversity of the office.